What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking Lake Nacimiento with Bruce McFadden from NRWMAC. Welcome.
Thank you, Randy. I appreciate you having me here today.
Yeah, of course. We got to bring awareness to what's happening out there.
Exactly. That's
Everybody
what we're trying
loves
to
the
do.
lake,
We agree.
right?
Yes.
Well, Bruce, I'm going to let you explain what exactly NRWMAC is and what it's all about.
Okay. Our NRWMAC is NRWMAC, which stands for Nacimiento Regional Water Management Advisory Committee. Our website is nrwmac.org, but we are the group right now that has litigation with Monterey County trying to keep water, recreation water, in the lake. We started our lawsuit January of 2019, and we are 5 years and 6 months still into the litigation here.
Wow.
But just a little quick overview of NRWMAC. Everybody kind of sees NRWMAC as just, fighting Monterey County for the water, but we're more than that. We are the ones that are instrumental in keeping the mussel prevention classes going. And one of our board members, our longest standing board member, Phil Humphrey, is the man that kind of takes care of all the mussel classes around Nacimiento, making sure that Nacimiento still stays no mussel infestation. So that's kind of a backlight to what we do, but that's important. We work with Monterey County, to make sure that shallow water markers are out there, center buoys are out there, safety. We also try to spread the word out amongst people that NRWMAC is also there to kind of represent. There's close to 6,500 residents around the 9 lake communities.
Wow.
And we realize there's probably some people around the lake that know what NRWMAC is all about, but we also realize there's probably even more people out there that have never heard of us.
I would definitely say it's probably that.
I agree.
And I would also say that they probably don't understand or even know what's going on, other than, you always hear the complaining, oh, they're letting water out, and why is they letting so much water, this kind of stuff. And that's where you guys come in,
Agreed.
Right?
Good synopsis, Randy. And that's where we come in. So we kind of have some things that we always take care of, the mussel, safety. We're the ones that kind of, tested Monterey County a little bit when they were the year before last, when the docks, they had dock issues and charging people when their dock was out of water. So we're more than just litigation for water right now, but that's our main focus, and probably what you hear about us right now is the litigation. But again, there's a lot of people that don't know what we're about, and we're the ones representing the lake residents and anybody around SLO County, Kern County, Santa Barbara County, Ventura County. A lot of people come up here and use the lake.
Absolutely.
And they enjoy it just as much as you and myself and everybody else does. But they go, NRWMAC, what's that all about? What are you trying to do? And that's what we're here about today, to talk about what we're trying to do to preserve water and try to come to some sort of compromise, hopefully, with Monterey County sooner than later on this.
So you guys are kind of like the union, and you kind of control, you kind of fight for, like I said, all these different communities, and so you're kind of like, you're the ones that go to the battle for the residents of these different communities.
Correct. We're the voice, for the lake residents around Nacimiento and anybody else who goes to the lake and enjoys it as much as we do. Without us, I don't think there's any other voice out there to kind of fight Monterey County on this. So,
just curious, Bruce, if there wasn't NRWMAC, what do you think we would be at today?
Lake-wise, level-wise, well, right now they're kind of between 300 to 330 CFS are letting out of Nacimiento right now. I can't say 100% that we're the ones that kind of pinched them down a little bit, but I'm kind of guessing we'd probably be in the 400s, 450.
So
CFS.
It'd be draining faster.
Exactly. It would be draining faster than it currently is right now if we didn't have some sort of little pressure on them. And we're watching them constantly. We question everything that they do. Well, why is this release happening? Why are you doing this one then? So we watch Monterey County with a microscope, trying to figure out, what's going on and ask questions.
So let's take a step back in time, and I don't even know if you know the answer to this, but when Nacimiento was made, what was the purpose of it being made, and why is it Monterey County's jurisdiction, but it's in San Luis Obispo County?
Good point, Randy. It's kind of an anomaly, Nacimiento, because it physically sits in San Luis Obispo County. But Monterey County owns the water rights to it. So basically, to kind of answer your question, the dam was built between 1956, 1958, in that time frame. If you ever have a chance, kind of look it up at some point in time, because San Luis Obispo supervisors at that time basically gave away the water rights to Nacimiento to Monterey County back in the 50s. So back then it didn't seem like a big a deal to them. Now they're realizing, whoa, giving up those water rights are huge.
And what do you know what the purpose of them giving up the water rights? I mean, what did San Luis Obispo get in turn?
Not much out of it, really. I mean, right now in these days, they get 18,000 acre feet of water for San Luis Obispo County at the bottom end of the reservoir. So they got that. But kind of go back and answer your question directly, when the dam was built, it was built on 4 premises. One was irrigation for farmers, and we understand that totally. Second was flood control. Before the dam, it was the Nacimiento River, and I guess would flood Paso Robles back in the 40s at some point in time. Third thing is groundwater recharge. And the fourth, which is what we're fighting about, is water for recreation. Boating, fishing, paddleboarding, whatever, just hanging out at the lake. So per the contract and permit, all 4 of those carried equal weight across the board. One did not supersede another. We feel, NRWMAC, that the recreation aspect of it has been ignored for years. And alluding to what you're saying, they've just been draining the lake, and, fairly full lake, you see it go down real quick.
Right.
And we're trying to say, well, let's slow it down a little bit. We want to save some for recreation. It's part of the permit. We feel it's been ignored. Therefore, that's what NRWMAC is fighting for, trying to keep water for recreation.
Because obviously recreation brings tourists, brings people from other parts of the counties, tri-counties, I should say.
Absolutely.
Even up north, come down. And it helps to, kind of prod, businesses. They need fuel, they need, lodging, they use, grocery stores and stuff like that. So, it's a win-win in the terms of business,
100%. We agree with you on that. And we've done some homework, and we're still trying to do some homework to actually show the economic impact of what Nacimiento has for Paso Robles and SLO County. Doesn't have to be a full lake, but a usable lake. And your analysis is 100%. It benefits the Oak Hill Center up there. It benefits hotels, food, gas in town. So Nacimiento, ponies up, a pretty good chunk of money, to SLO County, Paso Robles when it's usable.
What's the reasoning? If I'm trying to be a, kind of the devil's advocate of why, asking the question, what's the purpose of letting more out than what's needed?
Well, that's what we're trying to find sometimes. One of our directors, Steve Blois, who is a North Shore representative by B-Rock, physically goes to what they call ResOps, Reservoir Operations, and he physically goes to the meetings up in Monterey County. So Steve is good. His knowledge on water rights is excellent. We picked the right man to do that, and he always asks the tough questions. He's not afraid, to ask the hard questions to him and try to get answers. Why are you doing this? Or why are you letting the water out at this point in time? Where's the water going?
Because ultimately it goes out to sea, right?
That is a big bone of contention with this, 100%, because basically, still going on now, 25 CFS daily are going to the ocean, wasted. but it basically flows north of the Salinas River to what they call the Salinas River Diversion Facility, SRDF. And they have ground pools. I've never been to it physically, but I'm told, there's recharge ponds, and, I guess they have various outlets where they can send the water. From there, it goes out to the lagoon, and unfortunately, out to the ocean. So, we're upset a little bit. That's wasted water daily going out, and that's millions of gallons daily being wasted to the ocean. So,
I mean, everybody understands that, like the last couple of years, obviously we've had a massive amount of rain, water. I mean, it's just, everybody knows about that. But, there's been times where we've seen that. We've seen a huge influx of rain at the beginning of, the winter seasons, with no more coming the rest of the summer.
You're right.
And so they kind of start, dropping, the water levels, anticipating, but, and nothing ever to come. So then you have a summer full of, empty lake, channels and, communities and stuff.
Exactly. And that's what we look at. If you look at what they're doing, it's kind of April, May, June, July, August, into September is when they drain the most out of the lake. And we're going, that's prime time recreation, for people up there. And we're going, we're trying to come to a compromise, maybe pinch it back a little bit, April, May, June, July, August, when it's prime boating season, and then you can kind of, open it up a little bit more, after September. And we know that with all the rain we had, 23 and 24, at least as we speak now, farmers don't need the water at this moment. Maybe October, November they do. But that's why we question, why are you letting so much out now? Why can't you pinch it back a little bit, have some for recreation, and then maybe October, November, let it out when the farmers need it, and or, maybe a drought at that point in time. But we just don't understand the reasoning of, letting it out in prime time, and that's basically what we're trying to fight them over, is leave some for recreation for us.
Does Santa Barbara or Monterey County manage the main marina?
Monterey County does.
That's Monterey County.
Correct. Monterey County.
So they have really an invested interest in recreation as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
We know that 21, 22, not much rain those years. 23, the main marina did very well financially.
Right.
And I know it was, like 1.1, 1.2 million, they made off the marina in 23. And obviously I'm guessing that 24 will be another good year for them. So 100%, Randy, they have a vested interest in the main marina because it draws a lot of people.
So Bruce, what's the pushback? I mean, is there any, do you have a definitive reason of the pushback for them just letting more out, or is that still the fight?
Well, that's still the fight.
Okay.
Like I say, Steve Bloys that goes to him very well prepared when he goes with questions, and kind of quoting him, he's not afraid to poke the bear a little bit to kind of get some answers. So, we kind of ask them, why are you doing it at this point in time? And they'll either give us, a clear answer or be very vague. A lot of times vague on, the releases. So there's always kind of pushback.
But are these guys that frequent the lake, that they're going up, or is it just a body of water, just they don't even, let's move past this type stuff?
Good question. A couple of years ago, Monterey County water people came down and met us. And one of our board members asked them, have any of you here from Monterey County physically been on Nacimiento before? And at that point in time, that group was, no, none of us have been on the lake. So, we're kind of, a little upset going, you're kind of making, decisions on the lake, and none of you have ever been on it. So, what we're telling you, you can't realize or understand what we're telling because you haven't been there. Mm-hmm. I guess for lack of a better way, we kind of look at it as kind of taxation without representation, for, Nacimiento. We want to have a say. So, we've got some pushback from them. Up till our litigation in January of 2019, there was nobody else out there to challenge them. So I can guess pretty well that they're not happy with NRWMAC, that we've pushed them this far and got to litigation. So
Were they surprised when you guys started the suit?
yes, they were. Yeah, that came about and kind of caught them off guard a little bit when the suit came out. So we tried to meet them, for the first 5, 6, 7 months when the litigation, came out, and maybe we can make some sort of compromise here. Now, no success. So we tried for 19, COVID, 2020 took about a year and a half out of the process, but 21, 22, 23, 24, here we are, still battling, and we have what we feel is a good, solid game plan that we want to present to them, which is fair and equitable, to them and to Nacimiento NRWMAC. And that's what we're trying to do right now, is try to get before them, maybe make some mediation and see if we can't come to a compromise. I believe our next litigation is coming up October of 24 back in Paso Robles again. But, we had to get to this point where we had to get before a judge to make any headway. So,
And what is that, Bruce? What is the end result? What does NRWMAC want to see?
okay, see, I don't want to be vague, and kind of realize our whole game plan to you, but simplistic, simple terms, what we're trying to do is we're asking for recreation water in the lake, enough to use so all lake communities around the lake, their launch ramps are usable from May through Labor Day of each year. That's the end all. And there's a lot of kind of
the little stuff in between.
Exactly, 100%. There's some logistics.
Obviously based on rainfall, stuff like that you can't control.
Exactly. Good point, Randy. Mother Nature dictates into that. If we were lucky, like we were 23, 24, we feel our game plan is solid. But if it's not much rain, that year, then we have to, adjust.
Right.
But, we're taking into consideration what we feel is fair and equitable game plan, to have water, May through Labor Day, all lake community launch ramps are usable. And then after that, probably Monterey County, probably do what they want after that and open up the gates a little bit, we would assume. But that end all, people are asking, what's your end game here? What is it? May through Labor Day, water for recreation.
Do you feel that you're closer to that now versus 5 years ago when you guys started this?
Yes, we've made some headway. It's been baby steps, along the way to get to this point. And kind of going back to what you asked earlier, we would guess, had we not been there, NRWMAC, they would maybe be in the 400s, for releases. At least they've pinched it back a little bit now. And we've kind of asked, well, instead of taking it from Nacimiento, why don't you bump up San Antonio a little bit and take it from that lake instead of Nacimiento all? They did a little bit. So, we've made some real baby step inroads with them, but you can kind of tell it's grudgingly with them that they want to comply, want to go, or, comply with anything that we ask of them. So it's, kind of a couple heavyweights. They're kind of slugging it out a little bit, and, we're trying to come to a compromise, but it's been a push, and we see where they're coming from, and they want to see where we're coming from, and hopefully we can resolve this sooner than later.
Because there was a waterway that was supposed to have been piped in between Nacimiento and Lake San Antonio, correct?
Correct.
What's the status with that?
Yeah, that's the interlake tunnel that they want to do. And honestly, in premise and what they want to do, it makes sense. We're not in disagreement with the interlake tunnel, because if the interlake tunnel was in place 23, 24 this year, it would make sense. Instead of water being released from Nacimiento, wasted, going to the ocean, it could be pumped up over the hill and down to San Antonio and kind of recharge their lake. But we don't want to do it at the cost of taking water from Nacimiento that could be used. So in premise, we don't disagree with what they want to do. The interlake tunnel makes sense. We disagree with the way they want to engineer it. They have a plan. We came up with one that we feel, is a little bit better, but I don't know if they're very attuned to looking at our plan. And the biggest thing is we're in disagreement of where they want to put the tunnel inlet to let the water go over to San Antone. They want the tunnel inlet way down, which means they would draw a lot of water off of Nacimiento. We want the tunnel inlet up higher. So,
like an overflow
exactly.
type.
Yeah,
Got
they
it.
wanted it around roughly a 760 elevation in the lake. And we go, well, that's a 40-foot drop, from 800 full. We're going, let's put it at 780, 770. So to answer your question directly, it's still in limbo, the Interlake Tunnel. That's not part of our litigation, Interlake Tunnel, but we watch it closely. And at this point in time, last time I checked the money meter on that, I think is $184 million to do this. And we ask them, well, okay, who's going to pay for that?
Right.
So that's a good question on that. So a lot of questions with no answers at the moment.
So, so Bruce, right now, for people that are watching that don't know anything about what's going on, they just take for granted the lake and it being open and or closed. What would you tell them right now, and what do they need to do to get involved?
The biggest thing would be, say, if you haven't heard of us and you have, per Randy's podcast here, look us up. And again, it's NRWMAC.org. Our webmaster, Charles Viscas, does a great job of updating everything on there. So bottom line is, we're asking people, hey, if you use the lake, if you enjoy the lake as much as we do, lake residents do, people around the county, it costs money, to hire water attorneys. And we really don't want to go to a trial, in 25, but that's still on the table. That could be an option for us. But, people that are out there, anything that you could possibly donate, to NRWMAC helps, for paying, for our water attorneys. Every time they battle with Monterey County and their attorneys, we get an invoice on it. So I guess number one would be just check us out, who we are, what we're fighting for. And two, if you use the lake, enjoy it as much as we do, any and all donations, whatever size helps. It helps our cause, keeps us afloat. And, at some point in time, hopefully October, we'll have some, fingers crossed, a resolution on this. But in the meantime, the money meter is always ticking.
And you guys do tons of fundraisers.
We do.
You guys have like shirts, you have apparel, you have, events and stuff like that actually go back to NRWMAC and
Correct.
to fight this
You're
litigation.
right. And Oak Shores has been very good about that. Heritage has some, and all the communities do around the lake. And that's been our main emphasis of financial assistance at this point in time. But we know, and that's what we're trying to kind of look into right now, that there's people around the lake, that have big parcels, that have a real big vested interest, around the lake that may not heard of us. And we're kind of saying, hey, we're trying to get the word out to you. If you haven't heard of us, you use the lake like we do, enjoy it like we do, take a look at what we're doing. And if you feel so inclined to make a contribution to us to kind of keep Nacimiento alive for everybody, please do so. We appreciate any and all donations to keep us alive. But you're right. There's a lot of people around that haven't heard of us.
Oh, I know a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do you guys, do you know where you're at with dollars spent so far battling this? Rough guesstimate?
Yeah, we talked about it. We had a NRWMAC meeting just last night. So roughly, I think we've raised or spent a little over $250,000, at this point in time.
Wow.
Basically, for attorney fees. All of us on NRWMAC are all volunteers. None of us get paid. We do it because we enjoy the lake and we're fighting for a good cause that we feel. So no monies to us. It's basically, pay for attorney fees and any little incidentals, that we have to pay for. But yeah, you're right. It costs a pretty good chunk of change to do this sometimes.
So you guys are the Lake Cavaliers trying to
Exactly.
do right.
Exactly. We feel that we are the voice, for people around the lake, and we're here to help. We're here to assist, and we're here to keep the word out so people know what's going on. They're up to date. If they have any questions, concerns, we're always there, to answer your question or get you to somebody who can answer it. So we're very transparent. We're open. We're a nonprofit. We just try to be as visible as we can, get the word out and say, hey, if you haven't heard of us, take a look. It might be of interest to you. If you like coming up to the lake and want to be able to use it like we do, take a look at us and ask questions. Get back to us. We're here to help. We are the voice for all our lake constituents.
And once again, how does somebody find you? Give us your website.
Our website is NRWMAC.org. NRWMAC.org.
Awesome. And you guys are bringing the fight to Monterey County.
We are bringing the fight to Monterey County. So our next, I believe, litigation is in October. We're hoping, for something good to come out of that. There's going to be a lot of homework for our board and our legal to do between now and then, but we have some very smart people, on our board. We kind of an eclectic group where our 12 board members each have a talent, that we kind of tag onto and say, hey, we could use you to do this. So we delegate duties. We all have the same vested interests. We all speak the same language, or send out the same message. And, we're here to help, help any and all lake constituents. You don't have to be a resident around the lake. You can live in Atascadero, Templeton, Paso, enjoy the lake like we know a lot of people do, but have never perhaps heard of us. So
Awesome.
We're here to assist, help, keep the fight alive, to keep water in Nacimiento.
There you go. Bruce,
Randy.
thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you having us. We, glad that you gave us the opportunity to speak. And again, NRWMAC.org pretty much explains everything in there, and we update it about every other month. So it explains everything on there.
All right. Well, we'll get you back in after the next one in October and see where we fall then.
Please do. I'd love to come back again, and hopefully we have some positive news to explain at that point in time for you.
Awesome, Bruce. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you having us here, Randy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, there you have it, guys. If you guys enjoyed Lake Nacimiento, you guys got to make sure that you get to NRWMAC.org to find out more information and what this battle is all about, because it affects you, me, and everybody around us that love that Lake Nacimiento. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Traveler Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Santo Brother Plumbing, North County Junk Removal, The Trailer Barn, Story Termite and Pest Control, Borjo and Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, Suprema Meat Market, Ron Mullins with Remax and MGP Coatings, guys. Thanks again. Fight for that lake. We'll see you in the Dragon.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, it's Alex with Suprema Meat Market. We are a Mexican meat market with a taqueria. Come enjoy our high-quality cuts and meats. We offer choice and prime Harris Ranch beef, as well as chicken, seafood, and pork items. In the taqueria, all of our tacos come with handmade tortillas. We also offer specialty items like chilaquiles and chile rellenos. Come enjoy Taco Tuesday with Suprema. We offer our tacos at $1.99 each. Suprema Meat Market is located at 8950 Montecito Avenue in Atascadero.
Are you tired of looking at that worn-out concrete garage floor, patio, or porch? Look no further than MGP Coatings, where customer service reigns supreme. Our team goes above and beyond to ensure your satisfaction every step of the way. Before we even start coating, we meticulously repair your concrete, ensuring a flawless finish that lasts. And here's the best part. Our Pentec coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy, so they won't chip or peel, making maintenance a breeze. Plus, they come with a limited lifetime warranty. Call us today at 805-952-5301 or check out our Facebook and Instagram and experience the MGP coating difference. Don't wait. Transform your garage, patio, porch, or driveway and become a part of the MGP coating family.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
And Deanna.
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We are all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
What's up, North County? Nate Santos here, owner of Santos Bros Plumbing. You might recognize me with my dancing horses at local events such as the Atascadero Tamale Festival, Templeton 4th of July, and Paso Pioneer Day. I am now home plumbing service and repair needs, from minor drips and drops to emergency leaks and clogs. For the best plumbing service, call Santos Bros Plumbing, pipe wranglers to the rescue.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
Hi, my name is Ron Mullins with RE/MAX Parkside in Paso Robles, California. I have proudly represented buyers and sellers in northern San Luis Obispo County since 1990. Give me a call to discuss how my experience can help you achieve your real estate goals. I can be reached at 805-235-2308. I look forward to the opportunity to earn your business.